Hey guys, it's your girl Tubbi of the Nerdy Bird site and the antidote.com, bringing you another live exclusive interview courtesy of Kickin the Real. I have a very special guest joining us today.
Yo, what's good? It started with the Roux. What's up?
When I say we're about to have some fun, you are not a stranger to the industry at all. Behind the scenes, production, even getting in the booth. Let's kind of back up and talk about where music played such a large role in your life and what inspired you to kind of get into the game.
Well, being from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, everybody fell in love with the human jukebox.
Right.
So it all starts back there being a little kid, going to the football games, hearing the band sound. And then, as it naturally progressed to where it's like, okay, well, I'm hearing sounds, I'm hearing people's music, and like I like it, but I want something more.
Right.
You get the idea to do something more. So it naturally progressed from me going from listening to people's music to being in bands, so knowing what goes behind the music, and then naturally end up, creating it yourself.
Very nice, very nice. Now, let's kind of talk about that. Falling in love with the human jukebox and actually being in the band. How did you kind of transition, and how was that experience to actually be a part of that culture?
Well, I mean, everybody's fell in love with the human jukebox, so that's been the most iconic for us, especially down here in
Right.
Southern football games. So, naturally, like in middle school, I started with band. I was a trombone player, so trombones had the most fun all the time between trombones and the drum section, and then it just naturally grew. I didn't even learn how to use a DAW, digital audio workstation, for the people that don't know.
Thank you.
I didn't know how to use none of those programs until like my freshman year of high school. Somebody gave me a version of FL Studio.
Nice.
And then ever since then, I just been teaching myself and learned, and then it naturally grew and progressed to, well, cool. I can make simple patterns, but I want to make the stuff that I'm hearing. I want to get better. And that just naturally lit my fire to just pursue and learn the craft more and more.
Very nice, very nice. Now, like you said, high school is when you really started dabbling and kind of playing with the world of music on a creative aspect.
Right.
Who inspired you, if anyone, whether it was an artist, family member, friend, to kind of really go after your dream there?
Well, surprisingly, it was just more naturally me. But I didn't have anybody to influence me with music besides what I heard. I'm a 90s baby, so we grew up in a time and era where every artist had their own individual sound.
Right.
So you getting exposed as a child to Ludacris, Missy Elliott, Timberland, Justin Timberlake, Lil Wayne, Boosie, all at the peak of their flavor, success,
Right.
and sound. You just naturally want your own.
Right.
So, I took that as inspiration. It's like, well, their music is good and it's what I like, but I want to, I have different ideas. I want to take that further and make my own for myself, So that led me throughout the years just building my own sound.
Very nice. I want to talk about your name, okay? Because I think it's a very dope, all right? And in case y'all didn't catch it, it started with the Roux, okay? Let's break it down. Tell us how the name came about and what made it so marketable for the brand.
So my real name is Rudy.
Okay.
And everybody calls me Roux for short. So I decided to take Roux and put the RUX, just like the gumbo and the gravy.
Southern, okay.
And then it started from there. So every time you hear a track made for me, it started with the Roux. Just like you do any good meal down here.
I know that's right. I think that's so dope too, because when something starts with the Roux, it's gonna be good.
It gotta start with the
it's
Roux.
gonna be good.
It gotta start with the Roux.
I think that's so cool that you're able to tie into your creative person, your Southern roots. You're able to reach back and tie everything back in, and that markets it itself. And I think that's so dope. Now, right now, tell them where they can follow you on social media.
Oh, y'all can follow me on Instagram. It's started with the Roux. It's THAROUX _ in between everything. You can't miss it. I'm the first person to pop up once you put start and it with the _ in between. You can't miss it.
You guys, make sure you follow, tune in, like, subscribe, support. So far as production goes, what's the best way for them to contact you? How do you like to handle business in regards to receiving production?
You can hit me up on Instagram. My email is on there. You can find everything you need to contact with me. We have a conversation, see what you like, see what you want to go, and we can start from there. It's simple and easy.
Very nice. Now, do you have a certain genre, a certain style that you tend to sway to more, or are you just like an open book when it comes to it?
I mean, growing up, I consider myself to be very versatile, so I didn't stick to one element. You know, hip hop and rap is, of course, the creme de la creme, but
Right.
you know, everything. You know, I'm a '90s baby, so I love boom bap. I like R&B. I mean, I listen to anything, so I'm not really picky. I feel like I created a foundation to where I can make anything you want.
Very
You just have
nice.
to be very detailed and let me know what you want. It can
See, he said he has you. You contact him and tell him what you want. He will make sure that he gets it to you. He's making this very easy for you guys. Make sure you DM him for those beats that you need to make your next project awesome. Speaking of which, okay, you have worked on a couple of projects that are booming right now in the city. Some of my favorites. Shout out to Young Age and Sensei.
Alright.
Okay, let's kind of talk about that experience. How is the production different from some of the past work that you've done, if at all?
I mean, me and Gage have known each other for so long that, you know, he essentially likes the same thing I like.
Gotcha.
So it was just like, you know,
Natural.
naturally cooking up for somebody that you know. It was really organic. It was almost damn near effortless. Excuse my language.
You're good.
But it was effortless, just how we ended up cooking it up. And shouts out to Stevie B,
Being in the mix.
Chop Docs, you know what I'm saying? We all together just formulated. It was just easy. It was effortless. It was almost like, you know, like back in high school days when you link up with your posse of friends
Back
and it
in the
just
day.
pour out, you know, from jokes to just having a good old time. It just naturally progressed into something amazing, you know?
And I think it's really cool too because you can kind of hear throughout the project little differences in some of the work that you've done, but you also get that real organic feel for music. It makes you stop and you hear the lyrics because it's such a lyrically profound album. Shout out to Gage for that. But the beats make you feel good. The instrumentals make you feel good. Like you can completely remove my boy and I'll still be vibing. But
Exactly.
the tracks roll. So
Well, my best rule of thumb is if the beat don't have a vibe and put you in the mood, the producer ain't do his job.
amen.
You know, unless the artist just wants a blank slate. But other than that, as a producer, I take it personally. My job is to give you the scene, the set, wherever you want to go, and you just take it
Right.
and run on it, you know?
Very
Make it
nice.
easy for you.
Now, who are some of the other artists in the city right now that you're either working with or have hopes of working with?
Well, working with Young Kim the Star, of course. Shout
Shout
out to him. I just linked up with Flo Reese.
Okay.
Shout out to him. And I mean, I'm open for anybody that's really passionate about their music. You know, I'm not just trying to do gimmick music. I'm a fan, an artist, producer all myself. So I want something that's gonna make me that I can listen to later.
Move
you know?
me.
Right, move me, make me feel something. You know, make me enjoy it, just like the average fan that drives around listening to whatever. Like, you know, I don't want just no gimmicks.
Right.
Like we can do gimmicks, anybody can do gimmicks, but something that's gonna change the culture, especially for down here.
Right.
Down here, we need more soulful artists. A lot of people recognize Baton Rouge for the street element, which don't get me wrong,
It's
we
real.
we all turn up, but we need some more. Need people to recognize the Lupe Fiascos
Right.
down here, the Kendrick Lamars. You know,
Be human.
give them the shine as well. You know,
Right. That's dope though. Be human, you know, reach into your feelings and it's okay to have them.
Right. You
It's
know what
okay to have feelings. And I think you're absolutely right. And that's a perfect segue into my next question. When we look at Baton Rouge as a hip hop area, what are some of the things that you think are needed in order for us to continue to grow as a musically inclined community?
I feel like we need to stop being a one trick pony. You know,
A-
don't get me wrong.
Back that up and say it again because they missed it. Oh, they missed it.
We need to stop being a one trick pony. Like everybody, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like my Boots and my Gates. I like some NBA Youngboy and all that too. But at the same time, it's more than just that down here.
Right.
You know, we need to really put the spotlight on the people that's conscious. I mean, no disrespect, but more intellectual based with the music, how it
Right.
comes off, good vibes.
And it's also about teaching the next generation.
Exactly.
People hear music and they don't just see an opportunity for you to make money. They don't just see a fairy tale story because it sounds good. They think that that's real life. And I think something that's commendable for all 90s babies, and yes, I'm being biased, the music that we listened to created visuals for us where we wanted more.
Which
We wanted to,
stimulated.
we wanted to be exposed more, whether it was emotional, whether it was physical, whether it was in an exploration sense. We don't get that now.
Right. Well, we need some encouragement.
Thank you.
Growing up as a kid, we had so much encouragement, even from outside of BR, but just the music, you can go back and listen to like old music from the 90s. It encouraged you to
I
be
still
something
do.
more.
That's what I listen to now.
Well, we all listen to 90s music.
You got to.
It's priceless right now. It's priceless. Can't nothing beat it, I want to make some timeless music. I want every music to hear to make me feel a vibe, encourage, make me uplift in my day,
I know that's right, and then I can give that energy to somebody else.
Exactly, and it passes on. Music is a language, and
With a group of people without some type of music somewhere.
exactly.
Music is an essential part of life, and I think that's a vibe. And speaking of which, where women are concerned and considered in hip hop, do you think the segue for where women in music is going right now is on a positive strand? Are you indifferent about it, or are you just kind of waiting to see what happens?
My personal opinion, I feel like it's replicating what always tends to happen. Forgive my language, but the ratchetness gets broadcasted and the intellectual is kind of like tucked behind it, slowly coming up. And I mean, don't get me wrong, you got to have a balance, but no pun intended. You got to have a balance because, AK, I'm balanced the homie, no pun intended. But you got to have a balance to it because if you just go too far ratchet, then ratchet's gonna fall off, and you're gonna need the intellectual, the movement. Like from J. Cole, from Kodak Black to J. Cole. You need them both.
Right.
You can't just have one or the other. You need them both, and I feel like, especially for the women coming up, you need both. We already have enough Nicki Minaj's, Cardi B's. We need some intellectual rappers. Right,
We need
some
more
more
hers.
hers, Rhapsodies.
Yeah, definitely. Bring me back to that Lauryn Hill.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
bring me Lauryn Hill
Like,
feel.
they can coexist. Stop
Yes.
making them one or the other.
Right.
They can coexist. They're both needed.
I like that. Now, I think a lot of male artists feel like they shouldn't touch on the topic of female artists in the means of, not having a place there. And I feel like it's just open consideration where it's like, I do like what you're doing, but don't forget that as women, as artists, there's so much more.
Exactly.
There's so much more. Now, as an artist, okay, production is out the way. We're passing it. As an
Balance the
artist,
homie section.
what are some of the things that you're working on right now? Where can they check them out? And what can we be looking forward to in the turn for 2020?
Okay, well, as of right now, I'm working on my solo EP. It's called
Very
A La
nice.
Carte, which means everything's separate. Something a little different. I'm in the process of getting that all together now. I plan on dropping it before the year's over.
Okay.
And then 2020, I have my album coming out. It's called Hindsight. No pun intended.
Hey, all right. So big things. I'm looking for 2 projects. I want to make sure you get them to me so I can do the reviews on them. We can
Oh,
get
I
them
got
plugged up for the antidote, you guys. Make sure you're on the lookout so you can check out that work when it hits. And I want some beats. I know I said we was done with production.
I
Now,
got you. You
Are
got
you-
one coming. You got one coming.
Are you
I get it.
producing all of your own tracks for the projects, or are you having some collaborative efforts done?
Well, collaborative efforts. Excuse me. I got Stevie B had to hit him up because he's dope vibe. I got my partner Young Tank Music. Give him a personal shout out. Mr. Baseline himself. We got Baselines coming, and it's just probably gonna be between us 3 and then mostly myself.
Okay.
But I gotta give them you get tired of hearing your own vibe.
Right.
You want to be able to just cut loose on somebody else's music.
Yeah, and then that helps encourage you too. It changes the sway of things.
Exactly.
Now, are you looking to do any features, or is this going to be all solo?
I'm probably gonna gotta get Gage. Might get 1 or 2 from Cam. Technically, I ain't supposed to tell y'all this, but
Exclusives.
me and Cam, we haven't set a date yet, but we're gonna be working on a project we're gonna call it tourist seasons.
Nice.
Cause I'm a tourist, he a tourist, so we gonna rock out. Old school samples. We just gonna vibe out. It don't even matter. No rules, no regulation. We just gonna have fun with it.
That's so dope. I'm so happy that you're able to get up from the board where you kind of create the foundation for everybody else's work and are able to really start getting your creativity out there and telling people your story and sharing your truth. So I'm really excited. Production has always been really awesome. So I'm really excited to see what you bring to the table as an artist in your own right. EP coming out, you guys. New album coming out. Be on the lookout. 2019, 2020. Big things. He just told y'all about the exclusive project Taurus season that is coming out.
Kill me for telling y'all.
It's okay though. He gonna see this later. He gonna see this part later. He can't do nothing later. And then it's me. He know I had this way of just pulling the exclusives out of people.
She made me do it, man.
I'll take full responsibility, Kim. It was me. Now, is there anybody you want to shout out, whether it be support systems, just people that help you vibe, good energy that's around you, special people in your life that help you continue to grow and do what it is that you love?
I know I'm gonna forget some names, so I'm just gonna give y'all the umbrella of Campus 51 family. You know who you are. You know who I rock with. We communicate daily, so it's all good.
Much love.
Matter of fact, y'all can check out Little Did You Know. It's on all DSPs by Balance the Homie, produced by Started With The Roux. Little self plug, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can check it out. If y'all want to get a little preview, see what I do. A lot of people don't know I spit, but you realize it.
Yeah, I just heard the track, really dope. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, share, tag a friend. Bump it on your way to work. Bump it on your way home. It's a vibe, you guys. We appreciate you so much for taking the opportunity to come chat with us. If you didn't know, like I said, Started With The Roux. Great production. If you're in the market for beats and you need to do something fresh, switch it up. Hit my guy up. He'll make sure that you get a variety of things in the realm of what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Also, features. You need him on a project, hit him up. Same way, contact them. If you're looking to be on his project, I can't speak for him, but you can go ahead on and hit him up and start that conversation as well.
Let's see what we can do.
See, it's a vibe. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for taking the time to come vibe with us. You guys, this interview and more, click the subscribe button right below. Click it. Follow my boy. Make sure you stay updated with all of the exclusive episodes of Kickin' the Real. We bring you the hottest, the livest, the freshest, the most exclusive right here, courtesy of theantidote.com.
Right.
It's your girl Tubbi, and we out.
Yeah.
live. And speaking of which,